And welcome back to the TYS Talk Your Shit podcast. This is episode 27. Yes,
Hey.
episode 27. What's up? What up? How was your weekend?
My weekend was smooth. My weekend was good. I chilled. I saw the photograph. It was a friend of mine's birthday, so we went bowling. It was good. That's it. What about yours?
It's pretty good. I saw the photograph too. I liked it. What else did I do this weekend? Oh, the All-Star stuff was this weekend.
Oh yeah, I watched the. I didn't get to watch the skills contest.
I didn't see that either. I saw the ending of the 3-point contest. I saw the dunk contest and the All-Star game. Surprisingly, which normally isn't the case, the All-Star game itself was like the best thing this weekend.
I know,
this year.
usually it's terrible.
Because they changed the format.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So now they changed it to where they basically play to win every quarter. And then to start the fourth quarter, they add all those points up. And then whoever has the higher score, they add 24 onto that. And that's the target score.
And then it stopped when it got to 150.
No. There's no time in the fourth quarter at all. You just got to hit the target score. So like that made it more competitive because it was it wasn't timed.
Well, yeah, I'm saying, but it stopped. There was no time, but I saw the time was like going down. But as soon as they got to like 156, like 156 points, whatever, how many points?
157.
Okay, yeah, then it stopped.
Yeah, so it was like, so they played the first quarter, right? And then they reset the score. So it was 0-0 at the start of the second. Did the same thing in the third. And then when the fourth quarter started, they added they gave them all those points back. So it was like 133 to like one like 20 something or something like that.
What do we have these here?
And then they just added 24 to the 133. So then they had to but it was dope because everybody was competing. Like
they were.
It was like damn near like a playoff game. Like
there still wasn't that much defense, but everybody was competing.
Yeah, it was actually a good amount of defense.
A little more.
It was more defense than you see in an All-Star game.
Oh yeah.
So
I usually hate the All-Star game just because it's like nobody takes it serious.
Yeah, I was happy to see that. And then they had the Kobe dedication. Did you see?
I missed that part.
Did you see when they were announcing the All-Star lineups, how Common was rhyming everybody's name?
No, and honestly, I need to go back and look. I came in after halftime.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't mad at it.
I gotta go look at that.
But it was just like, why are we doing this? Like, I wasn't mad at it at all, but I was just like, why are we doing this? I feel like the last 5 or 6 years, every time we have something like that represents Black pride, they send Common.
I saw somebody say that on Twitter. It was like, is it something better than it was like, income's Common?
Like, every time that there's anything to do with
Common
Black,
just gets it.
with Black revolutionism or like, they send Common. I don't know why it is. I've seen Common more post-rap career than I saw him while he was active. I don't know why that is.
Common gets it.
But yeah, no, the performances were dope. They made it like a Chicago-centric type of thing. Jennifer Hudson did the song for the Kobe tribute. Mm-hmm. Shaka Khan sang the national anthem, dressed crazy as hell.
Somebody said Shaka Khan still sings. First of all, Shaka Khan be blown away. I don't know why they would try her like that.
Shaka Khan was singing the national anthem like it was Ain't Nobody. Like she was singing it like with that kind of like, I'm like,
Ain't Nobody.
She was singing it like, I'm like, Shaka, like what the fuck? Like she had like riffs at the end after the lyrics was done. I'm like, yo. But all in all, All-Star Weekend was cool.
Oh, I hate them for that. Black people could never just sing the national anthem.
Never. But even still, it's been some really good ones. Like it's been some really bad ones, but it's been some really good ones. Jamie Foxx's was bad at the. I think
Fergie's was bad.
Fergie's was terrible.
I think that was the worst one.
I think that was definitely the worst one. And then they showed all the players laughing. That was the worst part. I remember we used to do that in high school sometimes. Like if the national anthem singer was bad, we kind of would just tuck our heads like.
There was somebody else that was pretty bad too. I think she forgot the lyrics. That might have been Fergie. Maybe that's Kelly Clarkson or something like that.
How you forget the lyrics to the national anthem?
I mean, when you think about it.
I'd imagine as a singer, though, that you sang the national anthem at least 30 times by the time you get to the NBA or NFL. I'd imagine. Yeah. That's just crazy.
Yep. But yeah, weekend was good.
All right. Well, we can go ahead and dive right in. Wasn't really
to it.
much that happened in this past news week. I mean, you got some stuff. You know what I'm saying? We got. Damn, what happened?
We had a few people drop music. Nicki Minaj dropped. I actually listened to the song too. Nicki Minaj dropped a song.
Yikes.
Kehlani and YG dropped a song, which I don't know about. It's conclusions. I don't know how I feel about it yet. So
It was all right.
Yeah.
It was like some real hood love shit.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all I have to say about it. Nicki Minaj's song, I actually.
Somebody said Kalani and YG look like the Freedom Riders growing up. You remember that movie, Freedom Riders?
No, you know what? Somebody had a picture of them, and it was these little cartoon characters. Was it Kalani and YG? I don't know if it was them. Let me shut up. But anyways, what was Nicki's song? And I actually really liked it.
It was called Yikes.
Was it really?
Yeah,
it is. You're right. I like that one.
It was good. It was good. Yeah. I liked it too.
And then somebody else dropped a song too. I can't remember who it is. Dang it, I can't remember what it is. If I remember, I'll say it.
Bieber dropped his album. I liked it.
Haven't listened to it yet.
I liked it. I still got to listen to A Boogie's album he dropped, but I didn't get around to it. But I actually like Bieber's album. It's very Justin Bieber, like it's very pop, like.
I heard one song that was.
But it's
really
pretty good though.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a try.
It's pretty good. Wasn't mad at it from the Biebs.
You go, Beeb.
Okay. Let's see.
In further news, just in case anybody was wondering about our stripper friend that fell, what was it, like 50 feet?
Oh, the girl that broke her jaw?
Yeah, she broke her jaw. She was
we never brought that up to begin with.
We never brought it up?
Mm-mm.
Oh, so
that was a conversation we had off air.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I'm pretty sure you guys seen that there was a stripper for All-Star Weekend that was performing at, for All-Star Weekend at a club. And she did, her, I guess, a normal routine and misplaced her hand or whatever and fell. I don't know. She fell down far, but ended up like breaking her jaw and something about a bone popping out, whatever. She went viral. And she ended up on Wendy Williams. Got like, I want to say it was like 10 grand. I don't know. She got money.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then, she was going on about, the GM and they don't have health care and everything, which obviously is known. You're an independent contractor. But, so everybody was extremely sympathetic and she got money out of it. So congrats to her. Thank God you went viral.
That's just so crazy to me. Like.
Why?
Because it's like she got 10 grand.
I think it was 10 grand.
For getting hurt on a job. Like, we paid her work. We essentially paid her workers' comp. Like, the people who contributed to that GoFundMe.
You paid for her surgery.
Like.
You pay for her surgery.
Oh, my God.
Wendy Williams. I wanted to make sure it was 10 grand. But, yeah, she got money. They brought out a check for her. And I was like, wow. You thank God for the internet, sweetheart. Because, without it, we would have never known.
Next time I get hurt, I'm starting to GoFundMe.
You should. Make sure it goes viral first.
I am.
Yeah, make sure that it's really crucial and that we all repost it so that we can get you on Ellen or something.
Oh, my God.
We are happy that she is okay. We are extremely happy that she is okay. That definitely does come with the job of, being up 50 feet in the air, twerking.
Have you been to a strip club with that high of a ceiling?
Yeah.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. That was high. She fell far.
Yeah. I wouldn't have kept twerking.
She's
like, I just want to know, when did she stop? Because for her to be this jacked up, somebody said she might have been drunk, but for her to be that jacked up.
I mean, I would imagine she was drunk. I feel like most of them are before they go on stage.
For her to be that jacked up and to keep twerking.
Or she could have been in shock.
I won't even take that one. Maybe drunk. I can't take in shock and then she
No?
just kept. I want to know how long she kept twerking after the drop. Because, the clip cuts off after that.
It cuts off, yeah.
So I want to know how long, because that's bad wild.
She probably twerked for a little bit, then just passed out.
I'm not doing this.
I'm just saying, like, she probably just, like, let it bounce a couple times and then just kind of, like, keeled over. She was all right, though.
I'm not doing this.
I don't know why people don't act like, if the person is all right, you can laugh. No. That's the rules.
That's the rules.
Those are the rules. If the person,
but she wasn't all right. She actually really hurt herself.
I know, but I'm saying like she's okay. She didn't
She
die.
didn't die. Right.
Yeah, she didn't. She's all right. Like if the person is okay, you can laugh. You know what I mean? Like how much fucked up shit. Well, girls is a little bit different, or maybe my group of friends in general is a little bit different. But
I don't believe
if some fucked up shit happens, like, and you make it, nigga, we making jokes about it.
I don't believe in laughing so loud out loud in public.
Okay, maybe not
That's
in
my
public.
thing.
Okay, maybe not in
So
public.
that's why I'm holding back.
But they made it public though. That's the thing.
Yeah, they made it public.
That's the like she broadcast like aside of the video getting leaked, she like made it a public thing herself because she started a GoFundMe.
Right.
She was,
None of us would have known who she was.
exactly like her and her homegirls were responding
Like,
to
maybe your
everybody that
local
was
town
commenting on
would've
everything.
known,
Like
but-
you made it public, so now that you made it public, it's my business too, and I'm going to comment how I see fit. That's how it works. I'm on social media. You put it on my social media, I'm commenting.
I know I can't stand when people are on social media and it'll be like, mind your business. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
like-
your follower.
Like you made it
You
my fucking
posted
business.
this.
You posted this shit.
We are all a part of this problem now. Let me know what happened. Like, ugh. Like, this is crazy. Take me through the process.
Strip clubs should have benefits though. At bare minimum, they should have liability insurance for the workers, or like workman's comp. They should have that at least.
Hell no.
No.
No,
They make enough money.
No. They're independent.
They make enough
contractors.
money. I don't get no health care and shit.
Right.
you
Independent
should.
Huh?
You should.
Yeah, but I'm a contractor. Like
He
I'm
go.
an
He can
independent-
make
like
his
my,
money however he wants to make it.
Right.
They can strip wherever they want.
Yeah.
You're not bound.
I don't
like,
have hours though. I'm
I'm just
like,
saying, like, if you
If you're
go,
a stripper, you're your own business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
if
you're
you go
own
shoot a
entity.
wedding and like an easel or something falls and just knocks you over the fucking head, I would hope that there would be somebody
No.
besides you.
No.
I know that that's not the case.
Yeah.
I'm saying it
That's
should
why
be the
she
case.
should have. Matter of fact, she talking about no health care. First of all, they fine you for not having no health insurance. So she should have had something, because she's old enough. So she should have some type of health insurance. You know, she probably ain't, I don't know, maybe she ain't got the good one. They didn't pay her well for the surgery like that, but she should have some health insurance like everybody else does.
You know what? If you making $3,000 in a night,
Yeah. No, but they make you, if you don't have health insurance as of if, a certain age, you get fined.
as a stripper,
No, as a person,
Oh.
you have to have health insurance.
Whoops. I didn't know that.
You have to have health insurance.
This is why school is so trash, because I didn't learn any
that's
of
so
that.
fucked up. Because
You
what if you
have to
can't
have
afford it?
Right.
Like you gonna fine me for not
It's-
having enough money?
But you know what? Depending on like how much you make, it's a very small fine.
Okay.
So it's not a fine that's going to be like something crazy. But yeah, you get fined for that.
I was about to say because
Like you have to have health, that's what makes when people argue about health insurance. That's what makes it so ridiculous, because they don't make it easy for you to get it, but you have to have
you have
it
to have
as an
it,
adult.
yeah. Like car
Right.
insurance,
Right.
you have to
Yeah.
have it.
You have to have it.
Like I gotta pay you in case some shit goes wrong with my car.
Yeah.
Real quick. So I've been looking up like car insurance rates,
Mm-hmm.
and I did a stupid thing and put my number in some website.
Oh, yeah,
I
everybody's
literally
calling.
got 30 calls today.
Blowing your phone the fuck
And I
up.
finally answered. I'm like, yo, y'all need to stop calling me.
Yeah, it's
No,
over with
It don't
now.
matter because there's so many different ones calling.
It's over.
And
with
it's
now.
all from 860 numbers, which is
Yep.
like
Yep.
I have an 860 number.
And none of them are the
So-
same place.
Yeah.
Right, none of 'em.
It's crazy.
It's over now.
I literally answered. I was like, stop calling me, please. I was like, so
They gonna call you
under
every day.
attack.
I admire
Yeah.
people that do that work, because that's crazy. Yeah.
But yeah, like car insurance is a scam.
Yeah.
Most insurance in general is a scam.
Mm-hmm.
Because like
You know what I didn't realize? I'm over 25. So my insurance is just going to be
It's
cheaper.
gonna go down, yeah.
I've never had that because prior, when I owned a car before I moved here, I was under
And
my
it's high
dad's.
for guys too. It's
Huh?
crazy.
Yeah.
yeah, and depending on what kind of car you got,
Yeah.
Yep.
and depending on your past.
Yeah. I have
Oh,
a
you're over
really-
25. That's the last age to expect anything.
Right.
Now you can rent a car without any type of like. extra
Yeah, I
fees.
know. I didn't even
Jeez.
think about any of this until now. I'm like, wow, I
Yeah.
should probably go get my
I still can't do
license.
None of that
Can't do none of it. Yeah.
shit. Not yet.
Now you gotta like drop extra money down when you rent a car. It's crazy. It sucks.
How
Should I
bad
rent a
is
car?
that Los Angeles DMV?
Well, see, this is
The one
thing.
over here, right on.
I don't know. I need to because I waited
this
too
is the
long,
thing.
so
I
my
don't go
my
there.
Connecticut license
This is the
expired, so I need to
I'm
go
gonna
like
give you-
get a new license.
I'm gonna give you.
I don't go there.
Give you a
'cause
little
It's crazy.
little tip
There we
because
go.
most of the people that aren't from here that move here all end up going to like some DMV in LA or
Right.
Hollywood or something like. They end up waiting for fucking 9 hours.
Compton's good. I think.
That's
Is
what
it
I was gonna
Compton?
say. Like,
No, Compton is not good.
Okay. It's not good.
It's better
It's
than
quicker.
that.
It's quicker.
than that, but
It's
it's
quicker.
still trash.
Yeah.
Bellflower.
Okay.
Oh yeah, somebody told me that.
Bellflower, you go in, you get the fuck out. It's like nobody even knows that there's a DMV there, damn near.
You know what's cool now at the DMV? Before you had to bring in like all this paperwork when you lost your ID.
Right.
Now you can literally go in and you do your little fingerprint, and they
Oh,
can give
for real?
and they give you another like ID. Well, you still get the paper one or whatever like that.
Gotcha.
But before you literally had to bring in, I think like your
Proof of residency.
yeah, your birth certificate or whatever it is.
Right.
Now you can just literally go in there. I think they may ask for some type of ID, but they just
What's the process of getting a license in Los Angeles?
the process.
Right. Do you just do a written test and then set up a driving
You
Oh,
test?
might
I was
have
like,
to.
I don't know.
Yeah, you might. It's probably just written in driver test. I mean, it was like that when I got my license. It was written in driver test. I don't know. I can't remember what you need to bring with you. Maybe birth
Yeah, I
certificate
need
You
or
need to
to
something
give
like
your
that.
birth certificate.
Unfortunately, I have my passport, so I don't think I.
Yeah,
need
you
a
should be good with that.
birth
Yeah, you be good with that.
certificate, yeah.
It's
And I have
crazy.
my lease thing from my.
For your job, I mean, from your apartment. Yeah, you good
I've
then.
only taken my behind the wheel and my test once.
Yeah.
Like I've no friends
I
and even
fucked
my
up.
family members that had they've had so many tickets, or maybe it's not because of my sister says it's not because of tickets, but it after so many times I have to retake the test. Fortunately, I've never had to do anything over.
I made a really stupid mistake, and when I moved here, I was like DMV website to make an appointment. It was like 5 months out, so I was like, fuck that. But then my Connecticut license expired, so now I need to take a driver's test again. I know.
Yeah.
I know. So hopefully, maybe I can finagle some shit
Just
over there.
study it for a little bit. I
I don't even know what to
tell
study. I
you.
need to do all that. Like
It's all
now,
online.
like
Everything is
ASAP,
online. I
yeah.
kid you not. You can just go in there and like they literally have the entire thing online. You just gotta walk in there. I can't tell you any
Bellflower.
most
Let me
of the
write that
rules.
shit down.
I don't remember what that shit was. Yeah, that
Like
was
how many is it inches or whatever do you have to park when you're parallel parking
no fucking
from the
idea.
street?
I think 7.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I got to do
It was like
all
8
that.
years ago.
Only
so
one I
don't
know
know.
is that when you stop at a red light or stop sign, you have to be able to see both the
Right.
I don't even remember the hand signals.
Oh,
yeah,
I do.
this is left and this is right.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember that.
Who
remember
fucking does that?
Nobody.
does
Literally
that?
nobody.
It's if you're like let's
People
say-
don't even
It's
use
if
their
you're-
blinkers.
No.
Fuck the hand signal.
right, but you know what? I do see older people do that. Like sometimes when their blinkers aren't working to let people know, and I see, and it's weird because when I see it, I'm like, what are they doing? I'm like, oh, look at you.
That's crazy.
That's great.
I think I'm gonna go to DMV like Thursday or Friday. I'm gonna make it happen.
Don't go Friday. Are you crazy?
Yeah, don't go Friday.
Yo, you guys are acting like I grew up here.
No, you're
wanna
right. Don't go
die?
Friday though.
All right,
You
Thursday.
want to be there all day?
Thursday's cool.
I need
Yeah.
to do it. Yeah, I
Thursday's
don't. I just
Go
wanna wing it.
Thursday and then go at 7:30 or 7:20. I think they open up at 8.
Yeah, I'm gonna go mad early. Yeah.
Go super early. You there may still be a line.
Right.
But
That's fine.
yeah, go early. You get in, and that's it.
Cool.
It's crazy how much shit you can do without having to go now. Like I renewed my registration at a Ralph's. It was a DMV kiosk.
I have AAA.
It was a DMV
So-
kiosk.
I can go
Like
to
ATM.
AAA and pay my fees and renew all that stuff. I don't
Yeah.
have to go to DMV.
Well, sorry to waste all this time talking about the DMV, but I will keep you guys updated on my license.
All right.
You should.
adventure.
You should. It's
All right,
hey,
cool.
we are.
I didn't even think about that.
Full
You just said
force.
you was buying a car.
Yeah, and I don't have a license.
Yeah.
So I needed. My homie was like, "I'll drive it off the lot for you." Don't worry. I was like, "Hell, no, I gotta drive my own car off the
Yeah.
lot."
We are a full force information center. Somebody probably needed to know this information. So
Yeah, like Pete.
Here we
Pete
are.
had no idea. Pete was about to go to like a LA DMV, so I'm gonna tell him we will just go together to Bellflower.
Yeah,
Boom. So-
Bellflower. In
yeah.
and out.
And appointments are trash. Like,
Dude, they're like 4 or 5 months out. It was
Yeah.
like,
You gotta walk in there.
hell
and it's
no.
crazy because
By
they.
that time, my shit has expired.
Right, it's crazy.
Exactly.
It's easier if you make an appointment. Well,
No,
you
it's
know,
not.
you don't have one for me.
Nah, I'm gonna pull
People
up.
at the DMV piss me off because they make decent money. They don't make, I'm pretty sure they're not rich, but they make a good amount of
Yeah,
money.
they got state jobs at the
And
end of the
everybody
day.
has an attitude.
Government,
like they just
people who
don't
work
wanna
government
be
jobs
there.
like that are like government jobs like that are like
You gotta
for the
be a
most part
robot.
like that's standard. Like people who work government jobs more than often have attitudes. They don't give a fuck about their job like that. I don't know why that's the case.
Yeah, like next, and you're like, "Hi, ma'am, how are you?"
I guess it's just
Right.
because it's so
Ugh.
monotonous. Like you know what I mean?
I don't like people like that.
I don't either, but I can understand how it would be hard to have a great attitude working at the DMV every day.
Okay, so what? Your stuff is repetitive. You do repetitive stuff and get paid pretty well.
Yeah. I don't know.
I hate people that are in service positions and just have attitudes. It's ridiculous to me.
Yeah. Everybody needs
You could
to
not have a job.
Everybody needs to have the Chick-fil-A customer service.
Everybody. Hi, how
gotta
are you
put something
doing?
in
I
there
hope you
like
have a
food or
blessed
something.
day.
My
And
pleasure.
Jesus is right by your side.
My
And
pleasure.
the sun is shining. And like, I remember one time I was pissed off and I went to Chick-fil-A just to feel better. It didn't help because it didn't help. Listen, you guys think I'm joking. I wanted food, but but I was really pissed off. Some stuff was going on in my life, and I was just so mad. And it didn't help. It helped a little bit, but not really. But they were just so kind. Chick-fil-A is just amazing.
I wish the bitches I used to fuck with had Chick-fil-A customer service. Like, oh, thanks for the head. My pleasure. Tell me.
I don't ever want a girl to tell me my pleasure after
Tell
giving
me,
me head. Though.
tell me it was your pleasure to give me a head. Tell me
That
it was
is
your
dumb.
pleasure to fold my clothes. Tell me it was
I've done that.
your pleasure.
Not my pleasure,
Pleasure to
but
fold your clothes. I feel so uncomfortable. If my girl said
I don't say
it
my
was
pleasure.
it was feel like so passive aggressive. My pleasure.
My
yeah, I
pleasure.
don't think I said. I don't say my
For
pleasure.
folding your dirty clothes.
My lord. And then she
You guys don't say that.
takes a knee. Don't say what?
Takes
My
a knee.
pleasure. You guys aren't saying my pleasure.
Of course we're not.
Hell no.
Keep that the same energy for us.
Right? Women are equal or whatever.
Yeah, or whatever.
I'm sorry. I piss my girl off with
Hate
that
you
shit all the
guys.
time. Like
What, equal?
sexist jokes. She hates
Feminism.
those.
People need to just fucking relax, man.
Right.
You know what's crazy is that like I be thinking about like like all the outrage and stuff I see on social media, and I'm like, if I deleted my Twitter and Instagram,
Yup.
none of this exists in real life.
Yeah.
Like nobody talks
it all
about this
goes
shit.
on a thread.
Nobody talks about this shit in real life. Like
Nobody.
the outrage that people have over
Right.
the D Wade stuff, which we'll talk about. We'll wait for Keem to get back. The outrage people have over trans and et cetera, et cetera. If you get off the internet, none of that shit exists in real life. It
You know
doesn't.
what? Scratch that. It does. We just don't care enough about it to go out and tell the world.
And nobody can get me to care enough in real life.
Yeah, we're
That's
just,
another thing,
like,
is because
preaching it to everybody on the corner.
On Twitter, I have to see it because I'm scrolling my timeline. So like, even if I skip past it, like I may read it. You get what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
have to see it. But there's no way in real life that you could get me to give a fuck about a certain shit that you get me to read on Twitter.
Especially politics.
It's no way, because I would
I don't give a fuck.
most of these people wouldn't even feel comfortable or wouldn't have the same passion that they do
Oh, yeah,
behind
no.
their phone.
Right.
And two, in real life, I could just say, shut the fuck up.
yeah.
You know what's funny? All those like super educated people, like when you meet them in person, and they don't carry any of that knowledge because they can't pull Google up.
They
in
don't
front
got
of
that
you.
Yeah.
energy.
Like it's
They don't got the same energy.
Yeah, that's why I don't
I-
respect anybody online. I'm just
actually-
like laughing at everybody's shit. It's
Yeah,
like,
it's
whatever,
like,
man.
yeah,
This is, it's
I'm
all.
actually really happy I grew up in the time I grew up when everybody was less sensitive, and like you could have like
Sensitivity.
comedians talk about everything under the sun. Now,
But it's because of social media though. Because like, if
I think it's also because of how progressive we are. Like our the people after us, everybody's thought process is changing, and
I think
maybe,
social media is the driving force behind that. Because it's like before, like early 2000s, if it was an artist like, let's say Lizzo, somebody called Lizzo fat. Let's say somebody called Lizzo fat, right?
Yeah.
A comedian during a stand-up set. Nobody could say anything directly back to him. But on social media, they can pull up the clip from the stand-up. They can tweet it. This is wrong because X, Y, Z, and we're body shaming. And now there's 11,000 people who agree with this guy. And now it's on the news because 11,000 people agree with it. It's basically like a petition.
Yeah.
All these tweets are like signing petitions for shit that you feel strongly
bro.
about.
Yeah.
90% of my like time on social media
It's
is
just outrage.
No, my shit's like, don't tweet that. Like,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know what, man? Like, it's not like you see some shit and you're about to reply like, what?
Yeah.
And then you're just like, just leave it alone. I've been getting
Yeah.
good at that. I've been like really censoring what the hell I replied to. Cause bro, there's some stupid shit on
Some
Twitter.
stupid ass shit. A
Yeah.
lot of
like
stupid
real
shit.
stupid shit that people like live by.
Like, I don't get it. Twitter amazed me, like, when the progressive change started happening in the sensitivity era. I was like, y'all are on here taking life advice from prostitutes.
Right.
And it's amazing to me that
Right. And I don't know if you ever catch this, but you know how there's always a post like, if we date, you're gonna get pics like this.
yeah.
And the people are always just like,
Like-
but you're posting the pics like this.
Yeah.
And I've seen girls use the same caption just to get people to repost and say,
It's
but you're
it's amazing.
still posting them. It's just nothing's original
The
anymore.
internet is
It's all
the
recycled.
worst drug ever.
Right.
The internet and attention is the worst drug ever. I saw a video of a girl today who who was eating lobster tail and was squeezing the lemon. She was in a bikini. She was sitting in a car eating lobster tail and squeezing the lemon juice and butter over her titties and then wiped the lobster. Like, I was just like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Like,
That's craziness.
the internet and
It's
photographers,
attention.
which is funny because you're a photographer.
Right.
The internet and photographers can get women to do the stupidest fucking shit
Yeah.
in the world.
That's a fact.
I saw a photo shoot of a bitch half naked in the cereal aisle of a grocery store laying on the ground. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
All for views, all for likes,
All
all
for
for
view.
comments.
Attention is the strongest drug in the fucking world. And it is amazing to me, this stupid ass shit that y'all do. Like, I know that like
Hey, it's y'all too.
it's, I mean, yeah, it's guys too, but
Guys
not
is
to,
dressing up as girls and doing crazy stuff.
not to the degree that it's like widespread with women.
Right. And you know, it's
Yeah.
funny if you ask them, it's almost like a career thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's like-
but it's like, not to put a lot of y'all photographers on blast, but we know the photographers that take pictures of bitches all the time not getting
Yeah,
paid.
like, come on
Those
now.
girls aren't paying you,
Like-
bro. You just want to be in that room with them,
Bro.
and you got
Or
this.
are you fucking them?
Right. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
Like, man, you just want to be in the room with this chick. Like, you're
just-
not getting paid for this, and if you are, you're not getting paid a lot.
I just don't get it,
Right.
bro. Sometimes I wish that like Instagram would just shut down for like 3 weeks, like
Right.
completely,
I always say that, like,
just to see what would happen.
once I have money to
I
hire
like
somebody to run my social media, it's over. I'm never gonna touch
Never
it.
gonna do it again.
It's just a good business tool for me. Like, I book 80% of my shit through Instagram, so
That
it's hard
makes
to
sense.
not use
Yeah,
Instagram.
because everybody's on Instagram.
right.
Yeah.
But it's like I know like some of my friends make jokes about like the ones like those of us that are on Twitter a lot, like me, like I'm on Twitter like all the time.
24/7.
But this is the thing is that I'm only on Twitter because it's so entertaining to me.
Right.
Like I don't need to post anything for attention. Like I could even stop like tweeting, but I would still log on to read shit just because it's that entertaining to me.
I can't get on. I can't stay on, or I can't get on to stay on that often with Twitter. With Instagram, it's not as bad because my feed is somewhat controlled. But I can't do Twitter. Reminds me too much of Love and Hip Hop, and like I don't like reality TV. So it's like I can't. Every time I'm like reading it, I feel like I'm either getting dumber or I'm losing something on my. I know that sounds so extreme, but like I can't do it. Then I'm like, okay, no, I gotta just get away. I can't do this. So I'm still getting used to. Like I've been tweeting the last few days. I've been tweeting a little bit more. Like I'll just tweet stuff that's like on my mind or lyrics, whatever like that. But when I start like read the stuff and actually read other people's stuff, I'm just like, oh no, this is draining. I can't do it.
It's really bad, yo.
Yeah, I
People
can't-
really, like,
I still can't
invested
do
in
that.
shit.
You know what I started doing? I started like people that I don't really know like that or that I don't fuck with like that I followed before.
Mute.
If I see them constantly reacting to trolls, I unfollow them. Because it's like you stupid too.
You know what? I said to my sister, like we have on Instagram, we have a bunch of group chats. And if you guys remember last week, I was saying how like I don't really talk mess about people when like I'm not the like we laugh, like anything that's laughable, we will send and we will laugh in the group chat. But I'm not like, sending a random girl like, oh, I can't believe she with him or why she stay with him or
Yeah.
do she like she's dumb for this or I can't stand her hair or whatever. Like I just don't like that.
Yeah,
or
that's
stuff
nasty.
like I don't like stuff like that. So anyways, I told my sister, I was like, hey, how about we because some of us, not everybody's the same, but that gets put through the group chat still. And so usually when I see it, I just kind of like flip through it. I never give my opinion on it because I just don't want to engage in it. So I told my sister, I said, for a week straight, we're not going to send any of that stuff. Like she was like, well, what if it's just funny stuff? I said, if it's just funny stuff, like even, sorry, stripper girl, but her falling from a thing, like, that was kind of funny. You know what I mean? So if it's something like that, that's fine. But if it's just something where we're just talking about somebody else's life, like I said, we're not gonna like for a whole week. And she was like, all right. So mine started today, but everybody else starts tomorrow for us, where we're just not gonna send anything because it's just, I don't know. Like I don't like talking about people. I especially don't like talking about people that make more money than me. I don't
Right.
care what they're doing. If they are
Right.
stripping on Instagram,
Yeah.
like
I like following like not harmful funny shit. Like you know who Lil Esco is. I'm a fuck with you, kid.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
yeah.
has the best Twitter I've ever seen because he never
Right.
crosses the line.
Yeah.
Like, yo, Terry, fuck going on?
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
who
just
else I
how,
like following who's really funny without like any like negativity surrounding it, Vince Staples.
Right.
Vince is fucking hilarious.
Q too, bro.
But it's not.
Q got one of the funniest.
I've
Instagram-
heard.
Q's
Oh my
Instagram is
gosh!
funny. Yeah.
I think I might actually follow him because I've heard so many times that he's like funny.
Yeah, he's
and
like the funniest.
people love the
rapper, I
way he
think.
is with his
Yeah.
daughter.
Yeah.
Q is
I'ma
funny as hell
follow
on
him.
Instagram.
Yeah, but it's
Vince's
like
Twitter is really funny to me.
just
Twitter?
ignorant,
Vince
funny
on Twitter,
comedy.
yeah, it's really funny.
Maybe I'll follow him. Yeah. So we're gonna see how it goes. I'm excited about it because I don't like seeing this stuff. So every time I log on because we get posts every single like minute like this. Every time I see it, I'm like, oh, see it. And then if it's something like I can actually read or if it's funny, then I'll like respond back to it. So I like it.
Y'all got burner accounts?
Nah,
No,
You sure?
positive.
no, positive.
I never felt the need to make one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, I'm lying. I definitely had them in high school and college.
Damn.
Really?
Not like my actual account, but you can use the friends and stuff like that.
Okay.
But not like like.
I mean, using your friend's account for some shit is the same shit.
Yeah,
as
it's the
having
same
a burner
thing.
account.
Oh heck yeah, I'm a female. Of course we had that stuff.
All right, cool.
But no, in my adult,
I've never used one like regularly to actively go look for shit.
I don't need a burner account because you could technically just go on Google
I've
and
used-
see whatever you want to see.
I've used the podcast account to see if bitches block me. Just to check. I'm like, this bitch got me blocked because she ain't been posting in a minute, and then I just go look real quick. But that's as far as I go. I've never stalked nobody.
yeah, that's a burner account.
Is it a burner account?
Yeah, that's a burner account.
But I'm not regularly doing it though. It's just like if I'm like, damn,
why
like
are you getting blocked?
Yeah, why are you getting blocked, Jordan?
I mean, stuff has happened. Listen,
Word.
we're not.
My sister gets blocked on stuff. Like there's been a couple celebrities that have blocked my sister
Isn't it weird?
for her laughing at stuff. Like
Jalen Rose blocked me.
Who was saying here that Joe Budden got him blocked? Oh, Keem. Was it Keem? Somebody
why are girls blocking
said that
you?
Joe Budden had blocked him. I don't remember. Who.
Nah, it couldn't be Keem.
Why are girls blocking you?
I don't know.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
Okay,
I can't find out because I'm blocked.
that's hilarious. I can't remember. I'm trying to think who's the last
TYS
person that
burner
blocked
account.
me. I can't remember. I don't block. You know what? As of until the last like 3-4 months, I don't block people. Like I don't care what type of energy or what happened. Like I just don't block people. But the last like 3-4 months now, I just block anybody I don't know.
It's just been muting people, especially like people that, let's say I went to high school with, and it's just like, damn, I probably shouldn't have followed you because you never did me dirty or anything, and you show love, but I just
Oh, I
wanna
don't
watch
follow
your shit
everybody.
anymore. I just mute.
I don't follow everybody. If I don't really I don't follow
For
you.
real? Nah, it's different for me, I guess.
Mute
'Cause
button works good too.
Showing love is like, because I don't post anything about my personal life. It's all work. So if you're
Yeah.
showing love to my work, I can't like unfollow you. Like it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're posting stuff that I just don't like agree with, I'll unfollow you.
I blocked a lot of people the week that Kobe died on Twitter.
Yeah, a lot
Really?
of people
I
deserve
blocked
Why?
a
Because
lot.
They're saying some wild shit.
Just people anybody that I felt like just said some weird shit or had some weird
Oh,
energy.
okay.
Like,
I
in
got
a
what
time
you're
like
saying.
that, like I blocked a lot of people.
Really?
I blocked at least like 20 something people.
Really?
Yeah.
Just
And-
random people?
No, not super
Or
random.
friends.
Like people like that I didn't follow, but I knew other people that I know. Like mutual, like you get what I'm saying?
Wow.
Because then I'm gonna see you on my timeline, like on other shit, and I just don't give a fuck about what you have to say anymore.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got some topics to dive into. We got some
There's a topic Allie put in there. I
What
just
you
saw.
wanna
that
start
I
with
wanna
weed?
talk about. Yeah, let's talk about that, Allie.
Okay. We're
So I
gonna
feel
talk
like you're
about
trying to.
No, I want to talk. No, I want to talk about this because I'm interested.
Allie thinks we're miserable.
No, shut up.
So, anyways, I saw on,
Probably am,
I think
actually.
this was, I want to say this might have been Twitter. Somebody posted it. It said, one girl said, "Y'all don't think getting high every day is linked to depression?" And the guy responded back and he said, I don't even mean to call people out, but you're literally altering your natural state every single day. At some point, it has to be more than I just like getting high.
At some point, you're escaping. Now, I don't think it's that deep as escaping, and I wouldn't even call it depression. But I think there is an addiction behind weed. I think there is.
I love
To some people,
to some people.
Because
Let's
people
just
be
say
like, "Oh, you
that.
can't get addicted." Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
you definitely can.
Yeah.
I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, but you could get there's nothing chemically addicting in weed. Just like
Right.
there's nothing chemically addicting in like a lot of shit in life that people overindulge in. But you like some people
Is
just like the
weed
feeling like
that everybody's smoking now. Is it
You about to ask me something I don't know the answer to. I know,
Like, how pure is it where you
I don't
think
know.
you can't be addicted?
I don't know.
So how do you know?
It just depends. I mean, certain bud you get, you just as long as you know where it's coming from, all of that
Right, but
information
how
is
do you
right
know?
on there.
Because he's saying like you can't be chemically. What did you say? How did you say it?
Chemically addicted. Like there's no
Why can't
nicotine
you?
or
Because
something.
Yeah, like
that.
there's no literal physical dependency like there is with heroin or
You
crack.
don't know what's in there.
I do know that.
All that aside, regardless, I know there's definitely people that are addicted to weed that
Right.
have to smoke to function. Like I
Yeah.
think Mike
I have-
Tyson. I know that's like a out of their like thing, but Mike Tyson literally says, "If I don't smoke weed, I'm not happy." That's an addiction. You're
I have
using
people
it
that say I
to-
can't.
you
I
know?
can't
Eat or sleep. Yeah.
Right.
until I smoke. That's a problem.
That is a problem.
And I'm not even saying like
Is
Is it
Oh,
though? Yeah, that's what
God.
I'm saying. Like,
Yes. See, I'm saying you think it's not a problem because it's like it's still if you can't function how you should be able to function normally without that,
dude,
that's an issue.
as somebody that gets a lot of work done, right? Like
No,
I can
that's
do
fine.
it.
You
I
get
can
a
do
lot
it
of work
sober.
done.
I can do it. It just. I like to smoke because I'm like an overthinker.
That's
feel
what I'm
me?
saying. I'm saying you can't say that that's true because you can't universally diagnose it. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? Because there are people who function every day and do whatever they have to get done every day high as fuck. Starks get all his work done high as hell. And Starks has more work on his plate than most people I know.
Okay, but what about drugs like Adderall?
Same thing with athletes. Like,
What about drugs like Adderall?
nobody questions Adderall.
I've never done Adderall in my life.
I've done it in college.
I've never done any drug outside of weed.
But that's what I'm saying. Like even with Adderall, like you're able to get a lot of work done.
Yeah, but Adderall doesn't make you feel good. You take Adderall because you need to get a lot of shit done. You don't take Adderall because it feels great to be like on Adderall.
Right, but so I'm saying that's not proving a point just because you're able to get more work done with the weed.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the stigma that people try to place on it, like with you wanting to escape or you being lazy or etc. I'm saying there's a lot of people who smoke weed every day and have very, very productive lives. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm
that's-
saying
And I've seen both sides of that. I've
There's
seen
a lot
people
of people
that
that, do a little bit of crack, do a little bit of,
No.
not crack, do a
No.
little bit of cocaine,
Okay,
and
yeah.
have very productive days. So
That's
that you
true.
can't-
are right, but you do too much cocaine, you OD
But
and die.
but you do too much
You don't
cocaine.
OD off of weed.
It's bad for you. You die. You don't OD off of weed. That's what I'm saying. It's just levels to it. Like I don't understand. I never understand when people try to diagnose somebody with something because they don't do it. Like it would be
Right.
like I don't do coke, so I'm telling other people like, yo, like if you do coke, like every now and then when you go party, like you're not gonna have a great life. Like I can't say that just because I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like
My dad, my entire childhood, told me weed makes you dumb, right? So just off of believing everything my dad ever said, I'm like, you're right, it does. Until I tried it, and then since I've been smoking weed, it's been the greatest years of my life.
just
I'm
like-
not saying there's a direct correlation, but it might have something to do with it.
Okay, so this is the thing. I'm not saying that weed in itself is bad. What I'm saying is you do have to recognize the fact that you may feel that you need this substance in order to feel that way. Like you said, it's the best years of your life since you've been smoking. So take it away.
I
And
just
you
don't know if I can
have-
get as much work done. That's it. That's all it is. Because the only reason my life is dope because I was able to just put on a crazy workload and make shit happen. So I've had like most 90% of November I didn't smoke and I didn't get shit done. Like I literally just couldn't work. My mind's just all. I'm a very like ADD kind
and that's
of person.
another thing is that it helps some people to be able to like center and
Right.
focus. Like I know a lot of people. Is one of the dudes that I work with has like ADHD and he doesn't take the actual pills that they gave him anymore. He said he stopped in high school.
What
but
is
he said
ADHD? Because
But he said ever since he started smoking weed, like he's able to center and focus and get things done. Otherwise, his mind will be all over the place and focusing on a bunch of different things.
Right.
And he's trying to read some shit. He's thinking about the baseball game and he like you know
what
I'm
you're saying right now
So-
is 100% what I do.
That's
What I
what I'm
right.
saying.
deal
So
with,
let's
yeah.
go back to when, especially because you guys being men, let's go back to when people were kids, or how they diagnosed kids and like, oh, he has ADD or he has ADHD, and a lot of times people be like, no, he doesn't. Like he just needs more. He needs more attention. Or he needs more work. Or he needs, like they say that a lot of time. Don't diagnose these kids and try to put them on this type of substance like that. They just need a more productive environment. They're bored. You know what I mean?
don't
They say
know.
that all the time. They say that all the
They
time,
say-
especially for
sometimes they say they need to be challenged more.
they need to be challenged more.
And I get that.
Because they don't want to put all these kids. A lot of parents are and I don't know if it's a black parent thing or just like they don't want to put these
Yeah.
kids on all this stuff.
On medication.
Yeah, on medication, because it's like you're not giving them. You're quick to diagnose them because they're hyper or they may get bored or they want to talk a lot. When actually they're bored or whatever like that. So you have that. Then you translate to being an adult, and it's like, what is ADHD and ADD? Like, is it something that you can't get a handle on? Is it something that you
Yes.
can't?
Some people can't.
I genuinely I failed miserably in a lot of high school classes, like a lot, and it was never not being there. I was in every class. I tried to do all the homework. It got to the point where my parents would take my fucking PlayStation, my phone, my this, my that, lock me in a room, and I don't know. I'll be doing push-ups before I pick the book up.
Yeah.
I just can't
You
sit
just can't
and
focus.
just focus on it. And I was telling them that, but same thing with my parents. They were too foreign to understand ADD and ADHD.
So
they correlate ADD to lazy. Feel me? Like, oh no, you're trying to bullshit. You're trying to do whatever except the homework. Do your homework. It's not.
So doesn't that kind of make you a different type of learner? Like, you know how some people learn from
YouTube.
actually doing the work. Some people
Right.
learn from actually seeing the work. Some people. So you have that. But now you're taking a substance that technically, and this is, I'm just kind of reading it for myself, but it's slowing you down.
Mm-hmm. I need that though, because when I slow down, I can concentrate. If not, I'm all over the place.
You get what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
Yeah. You get what he's saying?
I get what he's saying. No, I get what you're saying. I think I just worry about that you can't. Some people aren't able to function.
It doesn't.
For what is considered normal?
I don't want to say that word.
Without
It doesn't make you brain dead. It just slows things down for you.
Right.
Right.
So what I'm saying is, I think it makes me nervous when people aren't able to when people aren't able to function to what is considered normally without it.
I think you can. I think you just choose to do it that way. Like I can go. Like if you tell me we make a bet right now and say, Starks, you can go a week without smoking, you have to pay me now. Like it's too easy. But I just won't be at my productive self.
It just makes it easier.
That's it. It just makes shit go easy. I'm in a way better mood. I wake up, work out, smoke some weed. I'm in a I love everything.
ADD.
Yeah.
So without weed, you wouldn't be in a way better mood.
I wouldn't.
ADD and ADHD are
Nobody sees it as an issue.
No, I don't think so.
ADD and ADHD are conditions. Like you wouldn't tell someone who has bipolar disorder, I don't think you should take your medicine because it's slowing you down. It's like, you get what I'm saying? It's making you however, they're conditions.
Yeah. And I don't want to make it seem like anytime I don't smoke, I'm in a bad mood. There are plenty of times when you are, but they're just who the hell wants to really wake up in the morning and go to work? Feel me? You smoke a little, you in a good vibe, you happy walking to work. It's just, I don't know. Sometimes you just have to do shit you don't want to do, and it makes you get through those days. It's kind of dope. It's low key like cheating.
Yeah, without coupling weed with tobacco products,
Yeah, it's different.
it's not bad for you. There's nothing that physically you can prove that it harms. Nothing.
I just think that the only reason
Allie need a blunt.
No, the only reason I see it as harmful is because people, like I said, people aren't able to function normally without it. I think that's,
Some people.
That's
Some
when
people.
that's when I see it as harmful, because what happens if you can't get a hold of it?
Alcohol is
What
harmful.
people,
happens?
yeah.
Right. No, that's what I'm saying. But what happens if you can't get a hold of it and you I think that's the
Gotta smoke
part
some weed.
where it's like,
Any drug that you have a dependency towards is harmful.
right.
That you can have a dependency.
So that's the part that makes me nervous, because I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, well, it's bad for you. You're going to get sick or you're going to die. That type of. It's any type of substance where you need it in order to get through, get by.
Yeah, but
and without it,
I don't think that's the case for most people though.
Yeah, but let's say you are in a pretty shitty state and you're depressed.
I'm
If
gonna get
smoking
high.
weed helps you out, wouldn't you rather be
I'm gonna get high.
enjoying
right,
that?
through that time,
You know?
But at some point, you come out of that, or you should come out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't
what's
think
up.
that that's the case for most people. Just I don't
Okay.
think
Right.
most people drink because they're depressed. I don't think most people do a lot of things with drugs because they're trying to escape from something.
When I first came out here and I was smoking because I was fucking scared of shit and didn't know if I could afford being out here and didn't have a job and shit, it's a way different feeling than when I smoke now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got out of that.
Your
Now when I
reason for
smoke, it's
smoking.
Yeah. That's
I get
all,
to
all
wake up,
drugs
smoke, and
alcohol do are enhance what you're already feeling.
Right.
So if you nervous about some shit, and you're trying to get away from it, you're gonna be high, but you still gonna have that in the back of
You
your
still
mind.
gonna feel it, and it's not the best high. You're almost being like so.
If
like
you
toxic.
happy, you get high. You're just gonna be a little bit more happier
Yeah.
than you was before. Like that's all
No,
drugs and alcohol
yeah,
do.
that's different. I think that's different from what I'm talking about. I'm talking about,
You're talking about if you're dependent upon it.
yeah.
Yeah, but how do you measure dependency? Like we were just
That's another
talking
thing.
about.
How do you
If
measure
your
dependency?
if your inability to function to what is considered normal
But like what though?
without it
Because like there's people.
through your day, like it's weird. I don't care what nobody says. It's weird if you need to smoke to eat.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's an issue. I have friends like that. Like I have to smoke before I eat.
I don't
like
have
you
to,
have
but
to
it
smoke.
Makes the
to eat.
food better.
It makes the food taste
the food
better.
better.
It makes you just feel more.
You know
shit.
what I'm saying? Yeah,
So
but
it's-
see,
But see, that's different.
that's
You're
different
saying,
from what she's saying.
I
know people.
have friends that need to
Yeah, like
smoke.
I can't
like, in
physically.
order to
yeah,
intake food, they
yeah,
can't-
I can't
oh, that's
physically.
different.
Yeah, that's different.
That's different. But then some people are also like insomniacs, and maybe that's their way of, you know what I mean? Like, what if you genuinely are that type of person that can't eat food, and now you smoke, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden you can eat now? That's also another thing. Everything has
And then
its.
it's crazy because we're talking about smoking, and weed in itself, isn't bad. But then everybody has that argument, but nobody considers the fact that you actually inhaling smoke or you lighting it up is bad.
Well, that's one form of it.
Is it though?
Right. But that's the form that mostly everybody picks.
Is it really that bad? Because I'm just gonna give y'all one example, and this, like, I don't know how true this is, but there's a tattoo artist I know. He's like one of the best artists in the world, like top probably 3, and he's a runner. He runs like 20-30 miles a day, and he was he just quit smoking like a year ago. Okay, all the times before that, every time I seen him, he'd be in the car. I mean, like, just for 5 minutes straight hitting the bong, like just imagine just hit after hit after hit.
For 5 minutes.
And then he would start tattooing, and that's how he got work done. And like I said, he's a runner. He told me when he stopped smoking, like the week that he stopped smoking, he dropped his mile time went up by like 4 minutes. He went from running 7-minute miles to 11-minute miles as soon as he stopped smoking.
That's crazy.
Wait, he went from 7-minute miles
He
to
was running 7-minute miles, getting stoned before running, to the day he stopped the day he didn't do it, he was running 11-minute miles. He said he started feeling winded more often, and he's still a year after trying to get back to the time he was at when he was smoking.
That makes sense though, because there's a lot of times like when people create a dependency in their body with something and they stop doing it, it fucks them up. Like,
Right.
One of my old supervisors was telling me about this guy he knew that was a little bit older than him that smoked cigarettes for like 50 years.
Right.
Like he'd been smoking cigarettes since he was like 15 years old. And one day in like his 60s, he just decided to quit.
Yeah.
He said a month and a half later he died.
Yeah, people the same thing with alcohol. Like even when they say when people drink a lot, they have to slowly get off it. You just can't go.
You can't go cold turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's different. Alcohol and cigarettes are a different addiction. But then again, you're right. Like, a lot of times you roll a blunt and you don't really notice that you're smoking tobacco, even though you
Yeah.
gut it. People think that just because you gut a
Got it,
blunt.
it's no
Yeah,
tobacco.
it's
like, bro, you're
You're
still smoking
a
tobacco.
leaf,
Right,
yeah.
right.
So
Or
that's
even
true.
just
I
the
stopped though. I don't do
Which
that
is why
anymore.
I've
I just
converted to
smoke
papers.
papers.
Right, but even just the smoking itself,
I don't know, man.
I don't know if it's that terrible.
it's not
Because
that terrible,
all the
but
lungs
it's not that good.
All the lungs that they
Right.
showed us in school was due to tobacco and
It's nicotine.
And nicotine.
Right, but I think they've had studies with that too. Like it's not that terrible, but it's not that good.
Just rip some dabs.
It'll be all right. I do a lot of shit that's not that good. We drink alcohol. It's not that good.
I know I don't like drinking.
But you drink.
No, but the crazy thing is, I'm okay with stopping because I think for me, like how you said, like how your mind is, I'm good with how I am now. Like I like sober me way before I like alcohol me. Like I have more fun. I have videos of me having like the time of my life with sober me that I don't have with
Listen,
drunk
man.
me.
After I've seen older people who have been smoking weed their whole lives, and they just look like they're having the best fucking time.
And weed,
I committed myself to.
dude, you guys don't think weed changes you? I don't care what anybody says. Weed, the one thing I will agree to is that every single person I know, and I don't know how y'all look before, but every single person I know that has smoked weed religiously looks more tired.
Nah,
I mean, I'm genuinely tired all the time though.
Look, I'm talking about pictures, looks more tired.
I don't know.
fuck it.
I
So
will
what,
say
man?
that. I'm not.
I'd rather be like Snoop when I'm older than some
Facts.
cranky old
Snoop
white
looks
dude with
tired.
ADD.
Snoop is living his best fucking life. Smoking
Right.
weed
That's
every
good.
day.
Hey, like
Willie
I'm
Nelson,
saying,
all
I
the-
just say,
all
even
these
especially
Cheech and Chong,
All
bro.
these Jamaicans. Well, I did a project on Bob Marley in like 8th grade, and I was like, "There's something to this." I was like, "I
Tell
know."
me.
I wasn't smoking weed yet, but I was like, "There's something to this." Like
Tell
these
me.
people look really fucking happy.
Tell me you can't notice the difference between females that smoke weed in their eyes.
Oh well, yeah.
You get what I'm
Really?
saying?
Yeah.
Yes, you guys.
Yeah, no, but you see, that's the thing. Whenever Allie brings up examples for anything, she always brings up the extreme cases.
Not even extreme.
No.
I'm talking about females that
The
smoke on a
females
daily basis. Like,
exactly. The
that's
females.
extreme?
Yeah, no,
That shit-
not daily basis, but I mean like a lot every day. The females that
Oh
I've
my
seen,
God.
the females that I've seen with eyes like that smoke a lot of weed
They
are the
drink.
ones who are the ones that are the type to say, "I can't eat unless I smoke."
Right.
Like
They're
it's
not
damn-
always that type.
You
It's just
damn
the
near-
ones that smoke every day.
Nope,
I don't know.
nope.
And I don't know how. I see it affect females a lot
Have
more
you guys
than
ever
guys.
seen me high?
No,
Ever seen you high?
no.
No.
That's what I'm saying. I don't
No,
I don't
but
think
no,
you
I'm
could
saying
ever tell.
everybody's tolerance is different. I'm
Right.
just saying you can't tell me that it doesn't have some type of effect when there are girls. Like I don't see it as much as guys, but I see the way it affects girls. Like
I think
those
I think
girls.
they just not taking care of themselves.
Yeah, that's.
I've seen
into it.
celebrities
There's
like
definitely
that.
a lot of pothead girls that are just messy.
And
like
they
they're just,
and they could be doing other shit for all you know. They could be doing pills.
Right.
They could be doing all kinds of other shit.
Yeah.
But you just know that they smoke weed.
yeah, I shot a video not too long ago, and a
You
dude
guys
had a
are like
girl in
mad
there who
weed
was
advocates.
smoking weed.
Oh, absolutely.
But
Weed
you
is
could-
amazing.
You could just tell she was off of some other shit too. So
You know why? You know why I advocate so much for weed? Because the generations that were before us
Mm-hmm.
let the government tell them that it was terrible.
Right, while they were fed cigarettes.
Yeah, while
you
they
know
were
what I
fed
mean?
to like
There was
they-
pregnant
Well,
women
everybody always
smoking
told you that.
cigarettes in
Everybody
the
always
60s and
said that.
70s.
The crazy thing about cigarettes is, as long as I remember being 8 years old and seeing commercials about
Mm-hmm.
how terrible cigarettes were. They didn't even hide it. They didn't even hide it.
No,
And
we-
everybody kept smoking.
But-
like I
but-
remember seeing those commercials.
We seen that. The generation of people before us, though, there was ads with
Yeah.
women pregnant smoking
there were
cigarettes.
Yeah.
cigarette
Yeah,
commercials.
there was doctors
tailored for
prescribed.
people.
Yeah, like doctor approved shit. Like
it just it's just so stupid to me. And that's one of my pet peeves is I hate when people believe things just because they were told that. Like that's one of my pet peeves about people. I hate when people
See, I
are
go off of what I'm seeing.
I hate when people are closed minded just
I'm
because
gonna pull up some girls.
they were told that. Like
Right.
you believe some shit just because your dad or your mom told it to you. At a certain age, you're too old for that.
there's, you know, what's crazy though. All of the shit that's like really bad. All of our favorite creatives, they're probably only that way because of drugs, which is crazy. Like Jimi Hendrix, bro.
facts.
Like Jimi Hendrix would not be Jimi Hendrix without LSD.
Fun fact.
Bob Marley wouldn't be Bob Marley if he never smoked weed. Like
Fun fact. My great grandmother on my dad's side
Mm-hmm.
and Jimi Hendrix are first cousins.
what?
Nice.
Yep. I figured that out when I was in like 7th grade and I did a family tree.
That's crazy.
Her last name was Spratt
Marsh.
Hendricks.
Oh shit.
That's
yeah.
dope.
But yeah, like
Fucking crazy.
most of the yeah,
You're
right.
related to
If you
Jimi
aren't,
Hendrix.
if you aren't who you are without a substance,
Right.
does it matter?
Does what matter? I mean, like I said, all drugs and alcohol, any substances, period, are enhance who you are.
I think we just need to be better at understanding our tolerances and the kind of people we are when we are on those substances. Like me, I just don't like being drunk. Like the feeling of
Facts.
being drunk is trash, bro.
Like-
and then the next day, like it's just I'm the type of person that happens a few times. I'm like, all right, I'm done with it, and I haven't gotten drunk
Well,
in like 5 years.
The
Like,
feeling
Yeah.
of being fucked up when you're drunk is trash. But
Super trash.
But like before there though,
Before
like
there is nice.
if you can get right before there, that's
chilling.
a great place to be at. Like Allie. Allie has a very bubbly personality. Like when she's in a good mood. So
in a good mood.
so when she drinks, it just enhances that. So you might
But see-
see Allie out drunk and she, hey, what's up?
And see how I literally know, like for me, I have to take the shot at home. So and then when I go there, I could sip the same drink,
Right.
maybe 2 drinks the entire time.
Just be
But
cool.
I don't like getting drunk. Like I do
worst.
not like. I don't like it. Like I
don't know. It's
do
different.
not- Oh my god.
It's different for everybody. My uncle visited. My uncle visited me last week. He hauls cars like East Coast to West Coast. This dude literally parked a rig downtown LA across the street from me. Just
yeah,
put his
that's wild.
hazards on and
That's
came
wild.
upstairs. 18-wheeler, and I swear I don't know. I can't believe he didn't get a ticket. But he came upstairs and I got him high, and he was on a different planet. Like he was in orbit, and I'm like, wow, because like I said, we're
Yeah.
smoking the same thing, but your effect is that.
Like
so
that whole
obviously
edible
somebody
stuff?
like him shouldn't be smoking every day, and he knows that, and he
Yeah.
doesn't.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, being dependent on weed. There's people that are super functional. I know a lot of functional potheads, and
Right,
then there's
yeah.
people that smoke and they can't
But
even
you
like.
can't really use the argument as being functional. Like I said, there's people that do coke and are functional.
That's true.
Yes,
but
but coke can kill you. Like that's the only difference. There's
And-
you know who Artie Lang is, the comedian.
and coke is just a stimulant. Like there are people who do it recreationally as like a party drug or whatever the case may be, and they're fine. They live to be old, and you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
But coke heads are a completely different thing. Do you get what I'm
Right.
saying?
And
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
nose
of course.
falling off and shit.
Yeah.
Like, you don't.
So
your nose doesn't
weed
fall off from
heads-
weed.
So weed heads.
Yeah, you know, you
It's like weed heads get bags under their eyes. Coke heads
I'm
lose their
telling y'all,
nose.
It's not
Yeah.
even weed heads. I'm gonna show you some of these girls. 'Cause I didn't see, you know, y'all got a couple friends. I'll be like,
All right,
oh,
well, show us.
She
Show us.
smokes.
We about to be done soon. Show us off air.
okay.
No
I
ad
gotta show
names.
Yeah.
you. What's the name? Where was we at? We had a lot of stuff that we were supposed to talk
we
about.
like at an hour. Like we honestly,
Keep going.
we could keep
We
going.
can keep going. Oh, we didn't talk about, what was it, counseling?
Marriage counseling.
No, what?
It was marriage
It
counseling.
was
Marriage
marriage
counseling.
counseling.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did we say about it? Marriage counseling.
Should you receive counseling before you get married? Was that what it was?
Was that what
Right. The situation was just being at a wedding, and a person that marries them, they'll literally in the wedding be like, over the last few months, I've got to know you, and you know, like.
the last few months?
Yeah, so they spent like months prior with
Oh, the
whoever's
counselor. The
with it.
counselor. Okay.
No,
Oh.
this is the dude that married them. So I don't know if it's the reverend or whoever it is.
Oh, okay, okay.
gotcha.
So maybe it's just from a religious aspect, but pretty much counseling them through how, like what to expect in this marriage, I guess, or whatever.
I think marriage counseling's good.
I think so too. I mean, I think it can
Starks
be.
doesn't think so.
It's not that I don't think so. I just think somebody that doesn't know how crazy my girl is should not be telling me how to deal with my girl.
I mean, well,
That's all.
That's why.
all.
That's why at counseling, y'all are supposed to be as honest as possible.
About situations, like they can,
Yeah.
they can ask you how you dealt with this specific situation,
Oh, that's crazy.
and you're not. You're
Nobody can know
supposed to
that.
be.
And then that's when you can flip it back on her and be like, yo, like if you're not gonna be honest, like we don't need to go.
Yeah, I will say that if you're both not going to share your honest like truth, then you shouldn't
Yeah.
go. Or if you're going to hold back, I don't even care if it's the littlest detail or the embarrassing detail. You can't hold back the embarrassing details because I don't think you're able to really see the full effect of counseling if you do that. You have to
gotta be
show the
100% honest.
ugly. Yeah. So I think it's good.
I think it's good to hear a second opinion.
Maybe. I
Yeah.
just, I don't know.
I
bro.
think it's good to hear
Or
a
if you-
non-biased opinion.
Yeah,
Like it's
non-biased opinion,
somebody
I mean.
that doesn't hold any type of, because even when there's people in our lives that could be biased, not even know that they're biased with
Right.
their opinion.
Yeah, I never
So-
go to anybody like going to your homeboy complaining about your girl. Of course, they're gonna be on your side.
No, but
Yeah.
it's like if, for example, like if your girl told you some shit that you were doing that she didn't like, and then you came and asked me and was like, yo, like was I bugging? Like, and I tell you, you're gonna take it from me better because it's like I don't have the bias against you of being
Right.
with you like she does. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you automatically, when you hear from her, you gonna go into defense mode. Like, nah, fuck that. Like, I don't be doing that shit. Like, and then you ask
I
somebody else,
definitely
you be
got
like,
a friend that would check
nah,
the
I
shit
was
out of
tripping.
me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much really all it is.
Yeah.
But
I remember
your
I
friends
had
at
a,
least know your relationship more than this guy you just
Do
met.
they though?
They definitely. Well, they're gonna
Wait,
at
your
least
friends
know.
what?
You said
Like
your friends know your relationship better than the counselor.
but this is
would
the
be.
thing.
anybody's gonna know your relationship better than somebody you just met. That's all I'm saying. Like you kind of at least.
Well,
like,
here, so this is the thing with counselors, and this is just coming from, so my undergrad I did with a focus in marriage and family therapy, and there's certain things that they teach us in like styles of communication and how to speak with one another. Your friend that you're venting with may not even know that style. Like how we talk to people, and we're not technically supposed to say like you did this or you did that, and you have to actually say, when you did this is how I felt. This is how, so you're not just pointing the finger and stuff like that. Or when it talks about Gottman's 4 horsemen, Gottman's 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, and it talks about 4 things that are expected to lead divorce. I forget all 4. It's being sarcastic, contempt, and like 2 other things.
Damn, you can't be sarcastic.
Right?
No, it's how you're being sarcastic.
Oh, okay.
Let's say you're talking to be like, oh, well, that makes sense.
that's passive aggressive.
Right. But that sarcasm too. That sarcasm can kill relationships.
Definitely.
So there's right.
See, that's what
it's
I'm
things,
saying.
It's things that you may not know that.
I don't
So
know
you're
if I
giving
can give up
advice to
sarcasm.
somebody.
Right.
No, but it's not sarcasm. And it's okay. If you're talking to someone and you guys know you're being sarcastic and you know it's a safe space, that's fine. But there's one thing. Not gonna pinpoint which ex, but like in a past relationship, which I didn't like that this guy did. Whenever I used to talk, he'd be like, okay, like, well, that's just dumb. And it would really like hurt when I would try to talk, because I'm like, well, dang, it just he's making me feel like I can't even speak to him. Or when I would try to say something, he'd be like, ugh. Like, that's the stuff where you're like, bro, like, why are you huffing and puffing? I'm trying to come to you. Like, that's like how to deal. Your friend may deal with situations like that.
Yeah, no, that's
how
true.
are you going to get advice from somebody like that deals with situations like that?
That's true.
So that's why I think it's good to go to counseling, somebody that's actually more trained to do that. Or if you know that you have somebody that is in a more stable mindset and they deal with situations like that. But go ahead.
All I'm gonna say real quick is divorce rate just keeps getting higher as time goes.
I thought it was getting lower.
It's getting lower.
For real?
Yeah. It's dropped.
Look at you.
Oh, never mind. Well, it's definitely. All I'm saying is,
But that's also because
there's-
less people are getting married.
right, but like before that was like almost never, like it wasn't like divorce rate was definitely way lower before we had marriage counselors and shit. That's all I'm gonna say. Like my parents never had a marriage counselor, and I've seen them argue like 3 times.
I want to go over this. So just for you guys to know, Gottman's 4 horsemen of the apocalypse is criticism, verbally attacking personality or character, contempt, attacking sense of self with an intent to insult or abuse, like insulting another person,
Right.
defensiveness, victimizing yourself to ward off a perceived attack or reverse the
Sounds like
blame,
me.
and stonewalling.
What's
Withdrawing to avoid conflict. So when somebody speaks to you, you're just like, all right.
Yeah,
all
it's
right,
me.
cool.
It's, everything you just said is me.
So this thing, what they're saying is, if you have all
Shit.
4 of them, if you have all 4 of them, it's guaranteed to lead to divorce. Like if you have
Shit.
1 or 2, there's things that you could work on, but for real. And they did a study on it. I actually like researched the study when I was in college, but they did a study on it, and everybody that had all 4 led to divorce, because you can't do those things in a relationship. You know what I mean?
Fellas, if you're in a situationship that you need to get out of drastically, you can use these to your benefit.
That is so
Defensiveness,
terrible.
stonewalling,
Contempt
contempt,
and criticism.
and criticism.
That's not okay.
Use all 4 to your advantage and get the fuck away from that crazy ass bitch.
Okay, if anybody wants to know the how to stop them, like, or how to like reverse that for criticism, it says try gentle startups. Talk about your feelings using I statements. So that's what I talked about. Like, I feel like, you know, this is what's happening. Where you're actually putting it on yourself and how you're feeling, and not saying that they're doing it.
You know what's the worst thing somebody can tell you?
What?
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. I had a
Telling me I'm sorry you feel that way will make me want to punch you in the throat.
Right, but listen, look how you have to change the verbiage. I was talking yesterday, and we were talking about something. He had said something about how I was acting, whatever like that, and I had said, I'm sorry. Dang it, how did I word it? I said, I'm sorry that what I did made you feel that way. That wasn't my intention. But I had to word it like that.
Yeah.
Think about, like, if I didn't know that, I'm like, well, that's how you feel, but that's not what I was doing.
Yeah.
So you got to think, like, that's training. That's actually knowledge and reading up on stuff like that, because people don't naturally know that. And you're getting advice from friends that don't naturally know that. That's why you need to go to counseling.
Yeah, I don't know shit. I kind of have to go to counseling. Damn.
It helps improve.
You should go to counseling stuff.
It helps
I
improve.
definitely should.
It helps improve communication.
I'm not opposed to it. I just think it's.
Yeah.
I'll just look
I
at
mean,
you
you like-
mad good. But
You like 2 years removed from flashing the burner on people. You might want to go to therapy in
Yeah,
general.
you actually
Listen,
should.
listen.
Anger management has really helped me. Like, you might want
Real
to.
quick, though,
It's very helpful.
what I was saying about that all being bullshit is the backstory of that is still God. Like everything is
It
like
doesn't have to be that.
no.
Yeah.
The situation I was just telling you about. Like I'm not sitting with
A
some
priest, a pat-
priest,
yeah.
reverend dude, and you feeding me this God bullshit because
Yeah.
I'm just not that guy.
Yeah.
So I would just sit there and in my head, I'm not taking you as seriously because you can't tell me I can't do something in my relationship because God frowns upon it.
Yeah.
I'll look at you crazy as fuck. So that's the only way. That's the only reason I meant it that way.
Yeah.
I genuinely think that I need to go to therapy at some point
You
because
should.
I want to try it out. Like I
think-
want to get a feel
Honestly,
for
I
it.
think everybody should go to
I
therapy.
And I can
everybody
see
should.
that shit open minded, as
Yeah.
closed minded as I am in
Yeah.
certain situations. Like
Yeah.
I know when to turn that shit off and
Yeah.
like pay attention. So
I
think
mean,
it-
imagine how many, like, there's times where I see couples that like insult each other. Like I'm never going to, I don't say never because, you know, I'm not perfect, but oh my gosh, like there's certain things I'm like, oh, I pray I'm never like that. Or I pray I'm never like insulting you or saying something that's just out of line and especially in front of people. So there's just certain styles of communication that you want to, certain healthy styles you want to try to work on.
yeah, because like going from like the high school college mindset into like it's hard, like that there has to be a transition that happens. Like you're adult now, you got to handle shit differently.
Just like coming into a man and being with somebody is just difficult in general because
Yeah.
it's like I still don't like I'm still learning who I am.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like there's shit that's changing about me. Like there's shit that does bother me now that didn't
Right.
used to bother me. There's shit that
Right.
used to bother me that I don't give a fuck about anymore.
Right.
So it's like I have to grow that and also grow with this person.
Right, like bro, look at all the shit I got on my plate.
Yeah,
you know how
yeah.
hard it is to like
It's tough.
keep up with having a girl and
It's tough.
be a decent fucking boy. Like
It's
hard
work.
Yeah,
too.
it
It's work.
is. It's
It's
hard.
like, oh, I can do this, but
Yeah.
this person just hit me up to shoot tonight. I gotta hit the studio.
It's work because
like,
in the beginning it's like
you
y'all,
know what I mean?
y'all are dating, like y'all like each other, like everything comes natural, and then it gets to a certain point where it's like, okay, I have to try, like really try for like this relationship from here on out. It's not just it's easy, we like each other, we talk every day. It's not that no
Yeah.
more. It's like effort, like
right.
Yeah. And even that stuff, it's all about communication. And it's from, you know, her end understanding and then your end communicating when things do change. So that's all learning. You know what I mean? That's all learned behavior.
Yeah, no, that was like a conversation I had with my girl when we moved out here. I'm like, look, these next few years, like,
Yeah.
it's testament, right? Like, we just gotta like, it can't affect us because it's work years right now. We
Yeah.
got to do this so we could do this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
at least we had that talk. Like, we understood, yo, these next few years, grind time. Like, you're
Yeah.
not gonna see me much.
Right.
So
Yeah. And that's good.
honestly, and you should like I think you're in a better situation because you're with somebody who's busy as well.
right.
Like you should never be with anybody that's way less busy than you.
No,
Yeah.
Because
no.
that's a recipe for disaster every single fucking time.
It really is.
If you
Oh, for sure,
if
because
you
it's
were-
always like attention.
exactly,
attention.
if you constantly busy every day and your girl or your guy isn't really don't have that much on their plate, it's gonna cause a conflict of interest because they want time that you don't have to give them.
Right. But then also, not having as much on your plate, but recognizing like what type of individual that is. Because I went through a time where I had a lot on my plate. Then I went, like even for the surgery, I didn't have a lot on my plate. And it was like, I was antsy. I'm like, oh my God, I need to be doing something. And I went through this whole transition where I was like, I had a lot of time on my hands and I'm like scared, nervous, like I've never been in this position, and I had way too much time, and I was trying to find things to do, and so I literally had to like reach out to people, and they're like, read a book, do this, and so after a couple weeks went by, now I'm like, okay, I got back to working a little bit more. Now I'm reading a book. Now I'm writing in a journal. I had to get back to that. So you go through different highs and lows in a relationship. So you may not always be as busy. You may have more time, but that's all still within communication.
Right.
Like you go through a lot of highs and lows. So it's definitely challenging. But yeah, so on the flip side, just so before we get off on this, because I don't want to tell everybody the 4 horsemen and not tell them like how to get through the stuff. So for the 4 horsemen, you have criticism. We went over that. Gentle startups. Contempt, which was attacking sense of self with an intent to insult. The opposite of build culture of appreciation. Remind yourself of your partner's positive qualities. So there's a lot of times where I may think like, oh, he did this, he did that, but I'm like, I have to say like, you know what? This person loves me. This person's trying. This person this. You got to remind yourself so that you don't look at that situation as a whole or entirety, like they're just doing that. So that's the opposite to that, people. Defensiveness, victimizing yourself, like, well, you guys get defensive. Take responsibility. The minute somebody says, you did this or what, maybe if they do come at you with the whole you, be like, okay, you know what, let me Like a lot of times, for example, I know I have a bad attitude. It's not nearly as bad as it used to be, and some people never have to see it. But because I'm aware that I have it, if somebody mentions it, I'm like, okay, I can't be like that. Let me actually try to take responsibility for that and say that.
Can you do that in the moment though?
In the moment? Yeah.
Like if your
Not
attitude
always.
is fucked up and somebody's like, yo, like you tripping right now, can you be like, you know what, I am tripping right now?
Sometimes, yeah. Like how my friend, like when I was tripping and my friend was like, you really, going through it.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it depends. I can't always catch it, but yeah, I could definitely, because I know before I was like, no, what?
Yo, I'm almost wondering if I had started smoking weed a lot earlier in my life, how much bullshit I would have stayed out of.
Oh, how much?
Because
Yeah,
I
maybe.
can't see me having a temper if I was just high.
If you high,
Really?
I'm just like, man, whatever.
Wait, okay, but wait,
I'm not
wait.
gonna pull the strap back.
But you smoke a lot. So none of those times you were high?
No, not a single
Oh,
one.
okay.
I'm telling you, all the best shit, like moving to fucking LA,
Just mellow
working
the
with the
fuck
people
out.
Oh,
that
that
I'm working
wasn't out
with.
here. I
It's
thought that was
all
out here.
about
just mellow the fuck out.
I'm just chilling and getting work done, and I genuinely don't give a fuck about nobody else other than like the people around me. That's it. It's a good vibe. I check on my family more when I'm high because I'm like,
That's good. You're so thoughtful.
today, like I was
and stuff,
smoking, I was like, oh, my sister. I FaceTime my sister. I don't know. I'm not saying I'm a good guy because of weed, but
No, I know. I just worry. I'm not getting anybody for smoking weed.
Right.
I just worry for certain people because I'm like, what if I don't want anybody to ever be dependent on anything?
right.
Yeah.
I just want people to feel good.
I think that black people have such a hard view on drugs in general because of the crack era.
Right. That's different.
Well, that, and I see the way that, like I said, I see the way that a lot of friends smoke weed.
But I'm just saying, like, I think that, like, even our parents and stuff, like, the things that the views that they passed down to us about drugs, I think were in fear of what crack did to the, like, community.
Yeah.
The only like negative side of weed, and the only time I will agree with you on something, is like when you're broke and you still finding a way to get high.
Yeah.
That's when it's like,
Yeah.
all right,
Or just
bro.
going through a bad time. Like I know a lot of people that use it when they're just going through a bad
Right,
time.
Jordan? Like,
that's the
yo.
only time that's the only thing that gets them through. But that's still
I don't know, man. I sparked a fatty for Kobe.
See, this is the thing. Is that, like, me personally, like, I've done worse shit than weed going through a bad time. So smoking weed to me at this point
It's
is
the
just
lesser
like,
of all
it's just
evils.
like, it's not that fucking, like that. Like I told y'all before, like I had dealt with substance abuse like 18, 19, like with pills and alcohol, shit like that.
Right.
So like now I'm to the point where if I'm like having a rough go and I light up a joint, like, nigga, that ain't nothing. Like, you know what I mean?
Especially when I overthink shit. That's a perfect time.
Yeah, like I was a zombie at one point in my life. Like weed ain't.
Right.
Weed is a fucking walk. Weed is going to get ice cream for me if I'm having a bad day. It's the exact same thing. I can correlate the
Ice
two.
cream.
It's like going to get ice
I'm
cream.
not about to.
Hey, let's light up a joint and let's just fucking watch funny shit. And you know what I mean? I'm not plastered to the fucking couch like.
drooling on yourself.
Drooling,
and shit. That's the
like-
most unattractive shit when you
Yeah.
see people literally like drunk to that point or high to
Yeah.
that point off of some other shit. Like I don't think I've ever seen like, yo, when you see somebody too stoned, it makes people in the room like
It makes
laugh.
people laugh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's like like it's not like yo,
Yeah.
this dude looks cracked out over there.
Yeah.
I'm so weed positive. I never thought
I
this
know.
day would happen. Honestly,
And the crazy thing is, I'm not weed negative. I'm not weed positive or negative because just for the simple fact that I don't really care if it stays or goes.
Right.
Like in my mind, I think I just get nervous to the point where I see people use it. Like I know people that were just going through bad times and they needed to just use it so they could sleep the time away or just get. And I think about stuff like that, and it just makes me nervous when people aren't able to get through
Yeah.
without a substance.
This was a great conversation we had.
for
today.
real.
One last thing I can't finish is stonewalling. Ladies, if you are in an argument with your man and he wants to leave, allow him to leave. Allow him
Facts.
to have that space.
Wait,
You
I
know what I
don't do
mean?
that.
Huh? Wait.
Yeah, fellas.
I said
Oh,
facts,
my
but I was
bad.
like, wait.
Wait a minute, my bad. Or
fellas,
men.
if your girl wants to leave, allow her the space.
Let him take a break. It's
to
good
leave.
to say,
I'm the worst.
you know what?
Don't block the door and
I
say,
need to
bitch, where
take
the
a
fuck
break.
you think you going?
I need to take a break and we can revisit this.
Don't follow her into the room and say, nah, fuck that. We gonna talk about this.
Oh Oh, man, I'm
Just
so
let her
that
go.
guy.
I used to be that girl.
Just let her go.
I used to
I'm transitioning out though.
Don't kick the bathroom
I'm
door
definitely
off, man.
transitioning out. I've been way more peaceful in arguments now, but that's crazy because 90% of everything you said today, I relate to. Like I do.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
I used to relate to.
Stark's toxic on the low.
You kinda are.
I'm mad toxic, bro. Like I've been trying to change it, and I've been way better now, but definitely, yeah.
You're also younger though. You guys are both younger.
Stark's like the
That's when you
future
go
of the
through the
photography
toxic
game.
time. Like I went
Hell
through,
no. The future.
I went through
of
my
the-
toxic time at your guys' age and a little bit younger age. Yeah.
Man, this shit follows. I blame social media for anything toxic.
Nah, because I wasn't most of the. You're learning how to manage your own feelings. Then you realize, like, wait a second, I really don't want to yell each time we do
Men
this.
are really bad at leaving their old relationship and all the bad shit that came with it. You know
That's
what I
true.
mean? Like it's so hard, I think, as a guy to go into a new relationship and like not treat her for like fresh, but like to not be like, my ex did this, will she do that? Because sometimes like I've dated 3 girls, like let's say not back to back, but you know the last 3 or 4 girls I dated, they all did the same shit. So it's like, am I looking for that in the girls for them to all be similar, or you know what I mean? Like, so you
Yeah.
automatically
Men are-
always thinking about that shit.
Men are just bad at putting shit behind us that hurt us, or
So are women.
like but it's different. Because I was having a
Like,
conversation.
women actually get jammed up like more for doing that. Like, we have a wall up or he.
No. But I'm saying like it takes us longer. Like I was having a conversation with this girl, and like she was saying like she had been hurt in the past relationship, and she was like back to the point where she was ready to date. And I said the same thing, and she was like, "Oh, when was your last relationship?" And I
years ago?
I said 3 years ago, and she said, "It took you 3 years to be able to heal and get back." And I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "When was your last relationship?" She was like a year and a half ago. And I was
True.
like,
So
"Oh, okay." But that's one of the jokes that women always make, is that like a dude get hurt by one girl and be fucked up for like 4 or 5 years. But it's true, because it's like, I don't know, we just handle it differently than y'all. We don't deal with it as well.
no, I just think that
We got
I
ego
think
like a
we deal
motherfucker.
with
That
it the
too.
same. Women just deal with it faster because we actually really do want love and we want to be in a relationship.
I think men do too.
Right, but I think we want it a lot more. So I think that we get into the next relationship and then we just deal with it then, and you guys prolong it. So I think we deal with it. We just deal with it. Our stage, like, let's say it's 4 stages. Our 4 stages, we kind of push through and let it happen. Your guys is prolonged for years.
Oh no.
So we definitely both deal with it. But
I feel like it's more okay for y'all to be visibly hurt about it. I think that's another thing. Have you ever seen a man that is hurt over a relationship that he's just been in?
Yeah.
It's like 0 to 100. It's like not, you know what I'm saying? It's not a gradual thing. Like the nigga's just out, he's drunk. Fuck that. But like, like it's intense. Like, and like you don't really go to your guy friends about it if you a guy.
Yeah.
You know what I
It's
mean?
always surprising when I see guys hurt, especially like when the guy was kind of more so at fault. It's always baffling. You're like, you're hurt after all these years of.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I remember one of my relationships, we was together for a long time. And I finally had enough, and I had been hurting for, years. I finally had enough. And he was so hurt that I wanted to leave. I was like, how dare you?
Yeah. Hell yeah. Hurt like a motherfucker. I know what I'm still hurt.
How dare
They
you
was,
be hurt?
they was talking about that on the Joe Budden podcast. He said women love to say somebody that loves me would never do this. And he was like, prove it. He was like, prove it. Prove to me that somebody that loves you would never cheat on you. You can't fucking prove it because I love the fuck out of you and I'm doing it. So prove it.
You know what? This is what I say about love. I think people can love you. I just don't want that love. That's my thing.
Okay.
So I'll say that people can love you. People love you however they want to love you. And I don't disagree that they loved you with all that they could. My thing is, I just don't want that love. That's what I tell people. Like, it doesn't mean that he didn't love you. He just loved you in a way that I wouldn't have wanted.
Okay.
So I don't want, if that's the definition of love, I would just prefer not to have that.
And I can't fault you for that.
Exactly.
I got
think
me
we
over here analyzing my whole life and shit. I'm over here like,
Hey,
damn, you
but
trash, bro.
we had a therapy session with
We
Starks just now.
did.
For real.
You don't even have to go to
I'm telling
counseling.
Gotta go home get some flowers.
I'm telling you, it's much more peaceful. And it just like, even speaking in my relationship now, it's like there's things that we did in the past, even our arguments now, and not saying that we have the best arguments, but there's times now they don't feel, most of them, they're, like I said, every time it's not, you're not going to hit it on the nail each time. But a lot of them, you get through them a lot quicker. Like, it's just like, wow, that wasn't as bad. There was no shouting, screaming, and, you know, you making me feel like shit and blah, blah, blah. Are you saying this about me? It's like, oh, wow, we could do that.
That's dope in general, just to have like just a disagreement and then like it's just that, like,
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, it was no fuck you, it was no none of
Yeah.
that. Like
Like-
we just disagreed about this and that's okay.
Yeah.
Like
Like, we had a disagreement yesterday, and then I, you know, went ahead and folded clothes and everything. And I'm like, we didn't agree, like, whatever.
My pleasure folding your clothes.
my
Yeah.
pleasure.
No, I definitely didn't say that.
There you go.
And,
Name of the episode.
You know, he still called me and like, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's not the end of the world. Like, it used to be like this traumatizing thing where it was just like, ugh.
Right. But honestly, like all this shit that like I'm going through and stuff, like I'm super happy for it because it's like I'd rather realize all my flaws and fix them now than
Yeah.
fucking 10 years from now.
Facts.
Yeah.
Then not know you have them.
Did not know you have them, and I
Yeah.
need people around me to check me. So that's why I like this conversation
Yeah.
today. I was like,
Yeah.
damn,
wildin'.
I'm not right all the time.
I don't get why people don't think that relationships are so, like, relationships shouldn't, like, I don't understand why people don't get how relationships are work. Like, imagine, I think about my sister. Like, my sister would do something to piss me off, and I'd be like, do whatever, and I'll just walk away. But it's because it's my sister, I don't have to actually go through the steps of the healthy communication. It's just like, oh, you're my sister, we're going to be
Right.
talking again. And it's like, imagine that toxic way of dealing with it. Now you have another person who's dealing with, you know, that came from a different background, and you're actually trying to communicate the way you probably should be communicating.
Somehow the variable that changes everything is sex, and I don't know how. Or why. I don't know why. I don't know why sex takes a relationship from just a normal relationship that you could have with
because
anybody.
it clouds your judgment.
You think so? But like,
Yeah. Because there are, think about this. There are friends or family members. There are things that we just wouldn't deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Then when you put sex into it, and it's like, I think I would kind of deal with this.
yeah, but it's like,
Like, there's things that you wouldn't take from your friend. You throw sex into it, and it's like, I could take that from my girl.
but why though? And even if it's good, it's like y'all aren't literally having sex every waking moment of every day. So it's like in the moment that you're not, you should have a decent amount of judgment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you have fucked up judgment
Man, you better jerk off before any argument.
for some.
Tell you that shit right now.
Clear head.
It's just crazy to me that you throw sex in the equation and it literally negates most things that you would
Yeah.
tolerate from anybody else in your life.
But you know what? That's
facts.
why they say you should wait before you have sex, so you can actually learn a person's style of communication or how they deal with things.
Yeah,
And
but
then,
sometimes I ain't gonna ever learn if
yeah.
we don't have sex.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just saying.
No, I get that. I'm just saying, but be knowledgeable to the fact that, you know, now it ties things up. I haven't really learned this person, and I'm throwing sex into it,
Yeah.
which complicates things. So it's like, you know, you speed the process up in a very difficult way.
That's
Man.
true.
Yeah.
Boom.
So
I think we should end there because that was really good, and we kind of would be forcing anything else.
yeah. Okay.
We had a great talk.
We did.
Starks
I can't wait to put this out.
Starks got some therapy.
Right.
know
I'll
what I'm
report
saying?
back next week.
I know. Let us know if anything changed. But yeah, listen to the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse, Gottman's theories. They really help.
All right. Well, this has been episode 20.
26.
Is it not 27? You sure?
I don't
You
know.
sure?
You said 26 in the beginning.
I thought I
so
said
that's the
27.
case. All right.
This has been episode 27.
You see that was sarcasm, guys.
This has been episode 27 of the TYS Talk Your Shit podcast. I think I'm gonna name this My Pleasure.
For sure.
I mean, I feel like that's a catchy enough one.
I thought it was gonna be 4 Horsemen.
4 Horsemen. That seems intense.
Yeah,
First
right.
time.
What the fuck they talking about?
I think it'll be my pleasure.
My pleasure.
My pleasure. Cool.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you for listening, watching, whatever it is you're doing. Recommend to a friend. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or whatever it is that you're listening on, also check us out on YouTube and subscribe when you get a chance. Refer a friend. Tell
Guess
somebody.
who comes back next week, everybody?
Keem will be back.
Uh-oh.
So that will be a great time because we haven't had Keem in a minute. So
Oh, gosh.
we will see y'all next week. This has been episode 27. I'm Jordan.
Allie.
Starks.
Starks behind the motherfucking camera. And we are out.